Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Raggedy Pack. Another week, the greatest show on television right now, Ahsoka. Last week's episode was life-changing. It didn't wind up being Star Wars universe altering, but I mean, that's about as good as live action's going to get in terms of Disney Star Wars. It's not going to get better than that. We still have not seen a good lightsaber duel in live action since Disney bought Star Wars, but everything else they nailed last week. And Daddy Dave absolutely cooked. Honestly, that episode could have been black text red text. That would have absolutely slapped.
Yeah. You didn't like the lightsaber action we got in the last episode?
I didn't not like it, but for some reason, I'm not going to say the names, but the duel in the finale arc of the Clone Wars that was mocapped is still the best duel we've seen.
Oh, okay. Agreed. But I will say that Ariana Greenblatt did a fantastic job of kind of mimicking that Clone Wars Ahsoka.
Yeah,
that
I would agree.
Missing. And Hayden, honestly, like I really liked, this isn't lightsaber related, but he like kind of became that Clone Wars Anakin very well with the way he talks to Ahsoka. I loved seeing that, kind of switch between that like serious tone as well as, him just joking around with Ahsoka.
I would have liked to have seen him be a little bit more like happy. And I think that was one thing I said in our post show that I think you and I talked about. I would have liked to have just had Ahsoka and Anakin talk for something unrelated of living or dying.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just like, even if it's the most candid, like banter between each other, like I feel like it was just very limited. And, this is really nitpicking. And honestly, it's not that I'm not grateful for what we got. Like, it was a masterpiece with what it was, but that was one thing I was like, well, dang, we just had those two characters together. Like, the very first time Ahsoka's talked to Anakin since pre-Order 66. Like, I would have liked to have just had a little bit more, but that's okay. I mean, not the end of the world. So, what else did you really like, Wyatt?
The greatest Star Wars episode of like anything we've gotten for a long time, other than animation, obviously. So, and even like the episode before that, where they were both bangers. So,
oh yeah, well,
I'm really enjoying it. One thing, sorry, what was that?
I was just gonna say, I just got a text from one of my friends, Jose, and he just said another certified banger tonight. So.
That's
sick. Funny. Like, it literally came in as soon as you said they were both
Banger.
bangers. I looked down. I'm like, oh.
That's good. Yeah, and I mean, last episode was like, I kind of had this sense while I was watching it that like, I kind of didn't really understand Anakin's lesson, and I thought it kind of fell flat. But when you kind of look back at it, you realize that this whole time, he's kind of telling her that like, you may think that this, life that you had, the skills you were taught are, not what a Jedi needs to be, but, it's what she needs to be. And
right.
She has to let go of the fact that she's, maybe afraid of becoming like him, or, feels like she can't really make a difference because of the guilt that she has for, potentially not saving him or something like that.
Yeah.
So I actually really liked the way they did it, even though, like you said, there wasn't as much talking as we probably would have liked. But yeah.
Well, I was thoroughly pleased. I don't want that to not come off right.
Yeah. So the choice to live by letting go of the past and guilt, I just thought was, a really good lesson for Ahsoka. And then she comes out of it as Ahsoka the White. So that's a nod to
Gandalf.
Yep. And that was also Corey hasn't seen Rebels, so whatever. It's fine.
So yeah, that was one thing. We can kind of talk about how they retconned the ending scene of Rebels.
Okay. Yeah.
That I think that's really cool.
Mhm.
And Corey will eventually watch Rebels. I don't think that this is that big of a spoiler considering how much they've talked about it in the show already.
Yeah, that's fair.
But the way that they retconned that ending scene of Rebels to kind of get where we're at now is awesome.
Mhm.
I mean, it kind of gives me satisfaction because, like, the ending of Rebels was kind of like, why is there not more?
Yeah.
And how did we go from, you know, the Battle of Lothal to this point? And so now that we have all that, like, exposition sifted through and all this information and, you know, these new scenes, I'm like, okay, I'm a lot happier with how that ended. It's like you can watch the Battle of Lothal and then go to Ahsoka. Like, you don't even have to watch the last, like, 5 or 6 minutes of that episode.
Yeah. And it's really awesome that you get to see a writer-director who is just able to, you know, rewrite how he thought it should have gone, essentially. Like, he wasn't necessarily given enough time, or, you know, he didn't have that foresight previously. So I just love that Dave Filoni's been around long enough to even have the chance of doing something like that to provide more character development that we were missing.
So one thing they did right is kept Dave Filoni along.
Yeah.
Well, elsewhere, briefly to wrap up our recap here, Ahsoka is now riding with the Purrgil. I saw some crazy theories about how in The Mandalorian, which if you haven't seen season 3 of The Mandalorian, don't listen. That scene where Grogu is riding with Din and he looks over and he sees the Purrgil.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a crazy theory on Twitter that, like, Grogu was sensing Ahsoka riding in the Purrgil. And I'm like, dang, that might be a reach, but that would be really cool
And
if they tied that together.
the thing that kind of backs it up just a tiny bit is supposedly, now I haven't seen this, but I've heard other people talk about it. So secondary source, you know, check your information.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, Sabine's actress said that this season of Ahsoka runs concurrently with Mandalorian season 3.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
In that case, that would be even cooler. But so what I was originally getting to with that is I genuinely, my personal expectations is we won't see Ahsoka tonight. It's kind of going to be like the New Republic sitting there like WTH
Okay.
is going on. But I think I really, this is what I've been harping on since the beginning. Like, I want Thrawn to be Thanos. And I think they're going down that path, but it's like, I want all the time needed to tell the story.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of my expectation going into tonight. I have no idea. I don't even know if they're releasing trailers for new episodes, but I haven't seen anything about tonight's episode outside of what Jose just texted me. And so that's kind of what I was thinking they might do for tonight, just because I really want that exposition. I really want the long form storytelling here with this story.
Yep. Not like some wrap it up real quick ending. Yeah.
I would ideally like to see Ezra in the finale. As much as I want to see Ezra now, I think that would be the perfect pace for me. Because then that would mean, oh, we're going to have hopefully more than season 2.
Yeah.
But anywho, was there anything else? Was there anything, Corey? You've been cooking. I know you haven't been feeling well. Same with Wyatt. We're kind of all sick here at the Raggedy Pack. I'm sick in the non-literal sense, like I'm just awesome, but Corey and Wyatt are both dying over the last couple days.
No, I haven't really been cooking anything. I've just been enjoying Ahsoka, even as a more casual Star Wars fan who hasn't seen the animation that relates to the series. So it's been really cool seeing Anakin again, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Balin is up to because he is the thumbnail for this episode. Oh, so
I guess I do need to pull up Disney. I have not pulled that up yet.
Well, yeah. A spoiler: I think we're gonna see Balin in this episode.
Cool.
Wait, really?
Yeah. And I don't know if we're gonna get to see Thrawn, but we are heading towards that.
I do like how they've built him up so far. Like, it is Thanos-y.
Yeah. I think they're gonna like jump back in to Cetos after they picked up Thrawn and maybe the Chimera, and he's just gonna erase the
Body.
New Republic fleet
Yeah.
that's sitting there.
I'm wondering if they're going to make the Chimera like a super Star Destroyer.
No. That
I'm.
wouldn't make any sense.
It wouldn't make any sense. But when you look at that hyperspace ring, tell me you don't see it.
Bro, how big? Okay. I feel like with just how big an ISD is, like the ring has to be at least that big. Like that's the logical. I feel like a super Star Destroyer, that thing's gonna be larger than like a moon.
Okay. After 5 attempts, I finally made it past the Disney Plus logo. So yeah, I mean, I don't really think there's much else for us to dive into. But I'm really excited for this week's episode. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about?
I'm ready.
I'm ready to.
All right. Well, before we get into this week's episode, hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss when our uploads go live. They usually come out for Ahsoka around 10 a.m. in the morning Eastern time, give or take. But we got plenty of other things going on the channel, so you don't want to miss out on any of that, including our Star Wars movies reactions. A New Hope drops next Thursday. Right now, there's Rogue One, there's Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith. All that's available on the channel right now, and New Hope is coming out next Thursday. And there's a lot of other things. So check out our Patreon account where you can get full-length access to all the stuff we watch. You can get early access to Star Wars movies, to Attack on Titan, Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad. There's plenty of stuff going on over there. So if you're not just interested in Star Wars, there might be something over there for you as well. And we have a free Discord where you can join. Come talk to us and Anthony, a YouTube fan, about all things Star Wars, because he's the GOAT. Or, you know, just how you're doing. And there's social medias, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. All of those are down below. All those links. Check them out. And let's get into episode 6.
Let's go. I forgot that I wasn't like upset or anything about the way they did the Purgle going into hyperspace.
No, it's freaking awesome.
Yeah, I remember thinking before that they might like it might look
mess it up. Yeah.
But I was like, no, dude, that was awesome.
Oh, well, I was wrong.
Immediately to Ahsoka. We just see like the Mando off in the distance. Joke's on us. This is like Book of Boba Fett, where it's just gonna be an episode about the Mandalorian.
I still have those stories in my archive memory. Would you like to hear one?
Yes.
Not right now.
No. Oh,
Man.
oh!
Perhaps you have a story for me.
Yes.
Story time.
Was the only choice.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how she can say that she did it completely willingly.
Yeah, she kind of had it like a gun to
Story she
her.
made for
Yeah.
herself. Tell me one of those stories.
Oh,
Okay.
Do not
let's
cut
go.
away.
It's
Do not
gonna-
cut away.
it's going
Very
to.
well.
Don't.
A long time ago.
See ya.
In a
Galaxy far, far away.
No way.
That's cool. That's cool. I'm still triggered, but that's cool.
He just starts talking about like Genghis Khan.
Yeah.
What?
FDR.
We have arrived at our destination. Preparing to exit hyperspace.
I honestly did not think we'd see them exit until like the end of the episode.
Camino?
That is Viridia,
No.
the
Viridia.
homeworld of my ancestors, the definite.
Oh, okay. They're not
Oh.
outside.
Wow.
Dang. That's very foreboding.
Kind of gross.
Yeah. Dude, what is happening? I wonder if they even know what's going on. Balin and Shin.
It was dubstep? You know, dubstep in Star Wars always goes hard. Whoa.
Wow. Do you think the remaining Night Sisters came here after they were slaughtered?
I don't know.
Yo.
Oh my god.
So Ahsoka has another shot of getting a map?
Oh my god.
Dude.
Or they do it.
What do they mean Thrawn's coming here?
I don't know. Do they get like 2 days shipping or something?
I think Balin actually feels bad.
Yeah, he definitely wants to hold up on Steel. He's a man of his word.
Whoa.
Wolves.
What kind of wolves?
Dave Filoni reference?
I'm
What?
Caleb Doom wolves?
No. So Peridia, I'm pretty sure, is still in their galaxy, so I don't understand why they need the Eye of Sion if Thrawn is coming here.
I trust.
Maybe I just misunderstood what they said. Okay, so he says stories of this galaxy, meaning Peridia is not in the typical Star Wars galaxy that we know of, is my understanding.
Seems like that. The Force.
Should try on something smaller, like your handcuffs.
I was literally thinking the same thing.
I hear a low rumble.
Oh, that's not her.
No. Space whales. Yeah, baby!
No.
No, dude.
Oh.
I honestly was not expecting that.
Oh my god, it's patched up.
Oh, wow. Corey, that's the Chimera logo on the bottom.
So, Thrawn really just pulled up like that. Oh.
Yo.
Bro.
Oh.
This is giving me like undead vibes.
What was first just a dream has become a frightening reality for those who may oppose us. She'd be of great use to us.
They had no idea that Thrawn knows her.
Oh my god. This is insane.
Yeah.
What kind of ride you got around here?
Dude, this Thrawn is out for blood.
This is so cool.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm surprised Thrawn didn't
Well,
Thrawn didn't keep the lightsaber as
Yeah, same here.
memento.
Dude, this episode.
Master will destroy them both.
Okay.
I don't think Balin wants to do that.
I don't think Balin has a choice.
I think he would. I mean, it sounds like he wants Thrawn for his goal of power, but at the same time, I feel like he would rather not kill Jedi that could, you know, join his cause.
If he goes against Thrawn, I can definitely see Thrawn killing Balin.
Yeah,
Steady.
but he has a goal beyond Thrawn's goal of, you know, galactic domination. He made it sound like he was looking to recreate the universe.
Oh,
Whoa.
Oh,
man.
ah,
I mean, thank God for Beskar.
yeah, seriously.
Ooh.
She's fighting like a champ right now.
Oh,
Oh,
Bro, these guys' aim is doggy.
well, except for shooting her blasters out of her hand. It's 2
Yeah.
for 2.
all right. Sabers out. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
when the lightsaber's out, that's when you walk closer with a gun.
Yeah. It's time to run.
Oh, they're gonna catch up to her in no time.
Yeah.
Dude. Bro, these are dead bodies. I think he's gonna make an undead army.
So metal.
Because in the EU, he got his forces with clones.
The same can be said for your two mercenaries.
I knew he didn't care.
Probably Morgan too. He just wants to get out
Yeah.
of there himself.
Looks like a face.
Yeah.
Oh,
Crab person?
oh.
Oh?
So that means.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mmm.
How's that possible? Come on.
Sorry, I just realized I don't have subtitles on. Are they speaking Huttese?
No, they're speaking
Didn't-
toady.
Didn't show what they were saying.
How is that something
except
that
for
she
Ezra.
knows how to speak?
I don't think she knew how to speak it.
I think she just got the general idea. They know
Hmm.
Ezra.
Oh.
That's funny. Or like Jawas. Just weird critters.
I knew I could count on you.
Yo! Yes! Finally, dude. Dude, he looks so good.
I'm so satisfied right now.
Same here.
Well, they don't really have a way home. Hmm. Nah.
Oh, wow.
No.
That episode might have been better than last one.
Thrawn is so cool.
Dude, he's so good.
Oh my god.
And Ezra just living with these crab people is just so Ezra.
It is so Ezra. I'm speechless.
Yeah. So, sorry, question. Do you think that all the whale bodies that created that ring around Peridia are ones that Thrawn has just killed. Like every time they show up, he just kills them.
I know they said they go there to die, so I don't know if they like migrate there to die of old age or if they were killed because they got within the planet's orbit and Thrawn was like, I don't want you here, bro.
Yeah.
But
yeah, because at first I thought it was of old age as well.
If I had to guess, they die on their own, and the only reason Thrawn wants them destroyed now is because Ahsoka is riding within one.
Yeah.
And he's just not taking any chances.
But they also remind him of his failure, so I don't know.
Okay.
This Thrawn seems like he's out for revenge in a big way.
I'm so perplexed. Again, it's been out for 2 hours, but IMDb, it's a 7.3 because someone's review bombing it.
Why?
What?
How do you rate this episode a 1?
That's fake.
That's insane.
That is absurd.
Yeah.
Like, this is the single, like, greatest... I mean... I legitimately do not even know how to compare. Like, this is peak. It is the greatest thing we've seen in the Star Wars universe since Rogue One, or I guess Season 7 of the Clone Wars. But I would argue that this is even better.
Yeah.
And I'm the biggest Clone Wars
hype man
writer there is. Like,
yeah.
This is incredible. Everything from the way Thrawn looks to the way the Chimera looks to Ezra to you go into the last 2 episodes, the Clone Wars flashbacks with Ahsoka's less like, dude, how does this get better? Every week it gets better and better.
Yeah.
Wow. I am so floored. So floored.
What do you guys think about my theory that he's going to have an army of undead?
I mean, what are those? They're called night troopers, right? That's what they're calling them in the... I know you didn't have subtitles on, but it said that was...
That's what they were saying on the...
Oh, it said that in subtitles? That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, I think they're undead. I think the Night Sisters are, using their magic. Kind of like, we never found out essentially what Merak was, and it seemed to me like it was Night Sister magic. So probably some Inquisitor that was brought back to life by them.
Well, I know all of their armor is really dirty. They look like they've been dead.
Mm-hmm.
And also the Night Sisters we saw, that's like more so how I would expect them to look. The gray skin. So
yeah, and
it was cool seeing them.
The like paint or whatever. Mm-hmm.
Have you seen a Night Sister before outside of Jedi
Outside
Fallen
of
Order,
Jedi
Corey?
Fallen Order? I don't believe so, no.
Were you getting some PTSD?
Yes. Anytime I hear Dathomir, I get PTSD.
Yeah.
Oh my lord, dude.
It's only a matter of time before we see a giant spider on that planet.
Oh,
dude,
God.
And the Night Sisters working with Thrawn is just like, it's just insane, dude.
I like the reaction that I had when the troopers are chanting Thrawn and he's walking up. Oh my God, I will never be able to feel that again, but that was incredible.
That was so good.
I know you said at the in the pre-discussion for this episode you'd like to see Ezra get introduced in the finale, but after it happening this episode, as well as Thrawn just pulling up in a ship, how you feeling?
I'm not feeling the greatest
Mm-hmm.
outside of like I'm purely ecstatic with how great he looks and how that's literally Ezra.
Mm-hmm.
Like there is no difference between the character we just saw and the character you see in animation. Zero.
Other than the fact that he's way older and has a beard.
Other than that part. Way he talks, way he acts, all of
His
it.
humor.
The way he sounds, like it's the same.
Yeah.
And I'm almost positive that that's not the same voice actor.
I'm pretty sure it's not.
So, like, I know Thrawn's is. So I'd say my only like worry is the pacing, and if Thrawn doesn't make it back to the galaxy or wherever the heck they are and get back to where they were, I'm so lost with that right now. But if they don't get back to that point, then I will be mad. But for right now, I'm riding the Dave Filoni train. I'm smoking that Dave Filoni pack. Like, fire me up, because this is the greatest. Like, that's the greatest feeling I've had in any of our reactions, other than when Ahsoka showed up in Book of Boba Fett.
Mm-hmm.
But what was Balin saying about something's calling to him?
Dude, I'm kind of wondering if he like knows about the world between worlds, or if he knows about, living beyond your physical self, like, Qui-Gon, Yoda, etc. But he wants to remain, powerful enough in whatever he's doing, or find this sort of power so that he can create what he thinks the galaxy should be. It's like he's trying to attain like almost like godhood, it sounds like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd love to see if, how that pans out.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
If
And
his plans start to come to fruition, I could see the Night Sisters turning on Thrawn and like helping Balin instead. Because I know when Thrawn said he was going to require more of their assistance, how they word it, like the threads of fate demand. I mean, they just said it, but I forgot what they said.
Yeah, the threads of fate demand it.
Yeah. So if Balin is like trying to work towards something different than Thrawn, and the threads of fate all of a sudden demand that, then we could see some betrayals happening.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking.
But you would also think that that's something that they would, like sense, like they sensed that Ahsoka was on the way.
Yeah.
Although they didn't know that Sabine was going to show up, they did say that wasn't foretold.
Right, she's an X Factor, and we've seen like they show close up of Balin's face when Thrawn is talking about killing both Sabine and Ezra. Like, he's not necessarily on board with that. So I don't know, I'm just sensing that Balin goes against Thrawn, and I don't know if the Night Sisters are switching up or what. Like, what is Morgan gonna do? Is she gonna stay on Thrawn's side, or is she gonna realize Thrawn doesn't care about her either, and then team up with Balin? I mean, that might not happen, but that's just kind of the vibe I'm getting.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very valid question, because the Night Sisters, I feel like their goals as a collective are kind of like, I don't know, I feel like for me they're kind of hard to understand. In Clone Wars we saw, some backstabbing and whatnot, but ultimately the goal of survival. So I don't really know what they get from this by helping Thrawn.
That's what I'm thinking too, is I really don't know where they are, why they feel the need to help Thrawn, or why they feel that they owe Thrawn something. But from reading the books, I'm going through, I mentioned this a while ago, I'm going through the original Thrawn trilogy. I'm almost done. Thrawn is able to pull the right strings and play with, you know, these people that are beneficial to him until they're not.
Mm-hmm.
But it's always like a symbiotic relationship until it's not. So I don't know, but there's seriously some more going on there than we've been introduced to so far. That is definitely the case. That was awesome. Absolutely awesome. What else? I mean, the Chimera looked incredible.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't... That's top-notch stuff, man.
And the stormtroopers being kind of held together by, you know, I don't know, like soldering, but then also the Night Sister robes was pretty unique. I really liked that.
I'm really interested to see what they're going to do with the stormtroopers.
Yeah, same here.
They also had one with like a gold mask. I think his name was Enoch.
Yeah.
He looked really cool.
I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do there, because that's really the big unanswered right now. And I really hope there's a little bit more there. Like you were mentioning, you know, undead. I don't know how they'd go about that. Like, obviously Night Sister magic would be the case. But if there's something else there, maybe, I don't know.
I mean, why else would they be just pulling up a whole bunch of dead bodies from the bottom of this temple, you know?
Yeah. I don't like disagree. I don't like, there's never been any of that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fairly
so this is Uncharted,
territory.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Great minds think alike. So I don't know. That might be a little weird. Not something like I'd be against, of course. I trust Daddy Dave, but it's definitely not, again, like I said, uncharted territory. Like you said, uncharted territory. So I want to see more of the Chimera now.
I do too.
That was awesome. Like, I genuinely, like, something inside of me will never be the same after watching that. Well, what else? I don't think that was, like, I didn't think that episode was long at all, personally.
Oh, I wanted it to be so much longer.
I know.
Like, seeing Ezra, I was like, dude, I need to see him wielding a lightsaber, please.
Yeah.
And I know we'll get it next episode, but...
She didn't even mention that, you know, she's holding his lightsaber.
I mean, she just wants to have just, like, you know, 5 minutes of just, like, peace and calm with him before letting loose all of the stuff that she messed up. So I get it, but... Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Well, I don't know what else to say, man. These next 2 episodes are going to be incredible. I really hope that they don't rush it, and that, you know, there's going to be more to this story than one season.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with the success that they've had, that will be the case, but, you know, you never know. They love to throw us curveballs. So Disney, they love to ruin things that are good. So, you guys got anything else?
Nope.
Good.
All right. Well, if you guys enjoyed this episode as much as we did, hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss next week's upload when it goes live. It'll be about the same time as this one. So, Be on the lookout for that. We'll have the full-length reaction available on Patreon shortly after this. That link's in the description below, along with a link to join our free Discord and links to follow along to our social medias, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. All that in the description below, and we'll see you guys next week.
See you.
See you.